If you own a Detroit 60 series, whether it's a 12.7 or a 14 liter, you have a very reliable engine on there, but still they have 3 common issues that I'm going to talk about today and let you know that it is not always good things with these engines. So in no particular one, number one common issue with the Detroit 60 series is belts and pulleys. Yes, belts and pulleys on these Detroit 60 engines are often a huge problem. Either the belt is bad, or a special tensioner pulley is bad, or oftentimes your AC pulley is bad. Either way, they go bad, and I recommend at least carrying a spare belt and a tensioner pulley with you. I recommend carrying a spare belt in any truck you drive, but especially if you have a Detroit 60 series engine. Why? Because a lot of these parts are Chinese and they do tend to fail. So it could be maybe $100 or $200 to fix, depending on the cost of the pulley, and most of the labor you could actually replace it yourself and not take it to shops, so that'll save you money. That's not that big of an issue, but it seems to be a very common issue for these engines. I had it happen to me personally, and I was stuck in Wyoming because nobody had a tensioner pulley for the Detroit 60 series engine. For the DD15 they did, but not for the Detroit 60 series engine. So always carry a spare tensioner pulley with you in the truck. And number 2 most common issue on the Detroit 60 series engine is actually your bull gear. Now, these bull gears do not often go bad, but once they do, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, because to buy them on the internet, it's anywhere from $600 to $1,200 just for the bull gear. And the special tool that's needed to take out the bull gear, if I looked it up correctly, it's about $900. Now, I've never seen anyone change a bull gear, but that's what I'm reading online. So if I'm wrong, rat me out in the comments. So $600 to $1,200 for a bull gear plus the labor, because this is one job that you're probably not going to be doing yourself, because it is a lot, and I mean a lot of work to change your bull gear. Now, these are not that common to go out, but it is common on Detroit 60 series engine for that being the very first thing to go out in the engine. And number 3, the last most common issue on the Detroit 60 series engine is ground wires. Ground wires. Anywhere, any little ground wire could cause the engine to go berserk. Sometimes it will connect and disconnect, and you'll have boost and no boost, and acceleration and deceleration. So ground wires on these Detroit 60 series engines are problematic. If it's somewhere disconnected, you could have an issue with the truck even turning on or off. I know that happened to me personally when I drove a truck with a Detroit 60 series engine in it. It happened to be a ground wire somewhere loose that wasn't tightened, and I had issues with the truck trying to accelerate, and I was stuck literally at 5 miles an hour. So be careful with these Detroit 60 engines. You could have a problem with the ground wire, and that could ruin your whole day. Now, it could be a $5 fix, it could be a couple $100 fix, depending if you do it yourself or you hire somebody to look for the problem, whether they find it fast or take forever to find it. It just, the price varies. And as far as the honorable mention, it would be leaking oil. Detroit 60 series, whether it's the 12.7 or 14 liter, as they age, they will slobber and leak more oil and have a lot more blow-by. Doesn't mean you need a rebuild. Just letting you know that whatever you do, Detroit 60 series will take on oil and they will be messy. So don't try to drive in California in it. And if you got a serious leak, make sure you take care of it. But that's what seems to be a pretty common issue on all Detroit 60 series, and it's not fixable usually. Not canceled. Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004 60 Turn right. This particular package, driving a temp in the 6 series.